Before this video kicks off, I just want to preface that this is a completely different type of video. This is more so of a video that maybe you'd have on in the background while you're doing something else. So don't just think you have to sit here and watch everything I'm doing, because realistically it's just going to be World at War gameplay the whole way through and nothing too crazy happens. But it's more of just like a one-sided conversation. Anyway, it's been your boy Big Thump. I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll get back into it. Look at the sick plus 40 I hit, by the way. I know it's not usable, but yeah, this game's cool. It is 2026. We've got ray tracing, AI, 4K texture. Call of Duty releases every year with a battle pass, 27 bundles in the store, and enough menus to make applying for a mortgage look simple. So naturally, we're going backwards. Today, we're traveling all the way back to 2008 to play what I still think is one of the most underrated Call of Duty games ever made. Call of Duty World at War. Now, if you've never played this back in the day, you're about to find out why people still refuse to let this game die. Thanks to plutonium, these servers are somehow still alive, and unfortunately, so are the people that have apparently never stopped playing since 2008. Honestly, going back to World at War is weird. The guns sound like they actually hurt, the atmosphere is depressing as hell. The maps aren't covered in bright pink anime skins. It's just completely different Call of Duty, and I feel like we need this again. I feel like every time I've come back to this game, I'm reminded why so many people still talk about it. It's rough around the edges, but it has so much personality. I don't know what happened to Call of Duty over the years, but somewhere along the line we traded personality for whatever we have now. Back then, every game actually had its own identity. You could show me a screenshot from a specific Call of Duty and I would kind of know which one it was from, or at least be able to tell you the map. World at War had this dark, gritty atmosphere. Modern Warfare was all about the modern combat. Black Ops had all the Cold War conspiracy stuff going on. Now it kind of feels like every game is chasing the exact same formula, different maps, different guns, but they all blend together after a while. I mean, there's not really much difference between Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7, and I feel like that's sort of what it's doing, just the same shit every year. Even hit markers in this game just sound better. The headshot noise is crazy. Everything just had weight to it. Don't even get me started on the progression. I mean, with plutonium, you could do /unlock all and you get everything, but if you wanted to do the progression, you could. You used to unlock things because you actually played the game. Prestige meant something. Gold camo meant someone had put in the hours. And that's not saying the mastery camo isn't that equivalent now, but back then you saw somebody with a gold gun, you knew they were pretty fucking good at the game. Another thing I miss is how simple everything was. You booted up the game, invited your mates, picked team deathmatch, and that was pretty much it. Now it's like you've got so many different playlists that, you know, you're not guaranteed to run into the same people. You're not guaranteed to run into complete randoms. Skill-based matchmaking's up your ass. All of a sudden you're playing against, you know, CDL pros, and suddenly you're just not enjoying the game. You turned it off and just watch YouTube for the rest of the day. There wasn't a battle pass to check every 5 minutes to make sure you were getting optimal XP. There wasn't 17 different tabs asking you to buy something or buy a bundle. And I understand that's where business is nowadays, and TikTok brain rot has pretty much forced everybody to be this way, but I just miss the old days. You just played the game. I think old CODs as well, they had way more memorable maps. I mean, take this map. Incredible. You remember this from your childhood. Name me one memorable map from Black Ops 6. If you asked me to name 5 maps from any of the newer games, I would genuinely struggle. And these World at War lobbies on plutonium, they are full of absolute psychopaths, by the way. There is you're either going up against a demon, somebody who hasn't stopped playing this game since 2008, or somebody who downloaded the game 10 minutes ago. There's just something about hopping on an old Call of Duty that feels comfortable. It's like putting on a pair of like old shoes. Like, you know, oh, I used to wear these every single day, but now I'm wearing these new shoes. But these shoes still feel comfortable, and I can still feel the grooves of where my feet normally would go. But somehow they still feel better than the newer shoes. I honestly think we took this era of Call of Duty like completely for granted. Think about it. Call of Duty 4 came out, completely changed multiplayer shooters. Then a year later, we got this game, World at War. At the time, people argued over which one was better, but looking back, we were winning either way. Then they followed it up with Modern Warfare 2, one of the staples of Call of Duty. A classic in its own right. I don't think there's ever going to be a game that had the same level of hype as MW2. I mean, midnight launches, waiting outside of Tesco for me, for instance, to get that game was incredible. Everybody talking about it at school. People, oh, I'm really ill that day, just so they could play it. Or rushing home to jump on online and your friend's already like level 40. That game was completely broken, but in the best possible way. One-man army noob tubes, commando lunges from about 16 postcodes away, interventions. Everybody remembers the game completely different, but there was never a person that I've spoken to at least that's gone, oh, that game sucked. And then somehow after Modern Warfare 2, they dropped Black Ops. Black Ops felt different. The weapons sounded amazing. Zombies was at its peak. Wager matches with the coin system was brilliant, and the story still one of my favorites. And that old Easter egg where you do like left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger to get yourself out of the chair, then you could explore around. That was sick. I spent an embarrassing amount of time trying to recreate Jev's shot with the L96 on that game. Then after that, Modern Warfare 3 came along. And I know Modern Warfare 3 gets overlooked because everybody compares it to Modern Warfare 2, but I really did enjoy that game. The Infected and playing the Infected game mode and trying to go for sniper clips and just fucking screen recording every last little thing that happened on that game back when I was younger because I just wanted to be a Kurt commentator. And then, I mean, here I am now doing the exact same thing, but for different games. Survival mode was underrated. Specialist bonus was one of the coolest streak systems we ever had. And Dome, I mean, how many times have they recreated Dome? I don't care what anybody says, but Dome was chaos in the best way possible back on the original Modern Warfare 3. They followed it up with a absolute heater, Black Ops 2, regarded as one of the best Call of Duties of all time. That was probably the last Call of Duty where everybody agreed this is one of the best games. I mean, me personally, I'm not the biggest BO2 fan, but what I can say is I can respect the fact that it is, in its own right, one of the best Call of Duties we have ever had. You had League play back when everybody was first trying to start out with this MLG stuff, right? Everybody was trying to be the next Scump, the next nade shot. You had the pick 10 system, not overly complicated. You get 10 slots, you just fill them how you want to. Score streaks, amazing maps, great DLCs, the bacon camo, right? The incredible, the zombies back then as well was incredible. It just did everything right. Looking back from COD 4 all the way to Black Ops 2, that's one ridiculous run of games that I think the majority of people will say was the best time for Call of Duty. Every year felt different. Every game had its own soundtrack. Every menu had its own identity. You could hear somebody reload a weapon and instantly know what game they were playing. Nowadays, if you showed someone gameplay with no HUD, I honestly think a lot of the recent games would just blur together. And that's why it's nice to come back to these games like World at War, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, especially on the plutonium system, because it's not because I think they're the best Call of Duty games ever made. It's because when you play this game, you're reminded of an era where Call of Duty just felt different. Maybe that's nostalgia talking, or maybe the games were really just that good. One thing I'm really hoping for with Modern Warfare 4 this year is let's not turn this into the same bundle simulator we've had for the last few years. Feels like every new Call of Duty now launches with one eye on the game and the other on the store. Before you even learn the maps, there's already celebrity skins, anime operators, glowing tracer packs, and enough bundles to bankrupt a small country. Don't get me wrong, I know bundles aren't going anywhere. They're a huge part about how games are made and how they make money now, and that's just the reality of the industry, but I really hope they don't become the main focus again. What made the older Call of Duty games so special wasn't the skins you were wearing, it was the experience. Racing home from school, jumping into a lobby with your friends, hearing everybody arguing in the pre-game chat, grinding for camos, just trying to hit prestige before everybody else. Staying up way too late, way past your bedtime when you were a kid because you just wanted that one last game. That feeling wasn't created by cosmetic bundles, it came from great maps, addictive progression, memorable weapons, and a multiplayer that kept you saying, alright, one more match. That's what I want MW4 to chase. Bring back maps actually people want to replay for years, give us progression that feels rewarding instead of designing around the engagement metrics. Make unlocking camos exciting again instead of selling half the coolest weapon designs in the store. If the gameplay is incredible, people will stick around naturally. Blackopscoldwar, for example, people still really love that game and it was rated as one of the best Call of Duties of the modern times. Maybe it's just the nostalgia talking, but I genuinely think Call of Duty is at its best when the conversation is about insane clutches, funny moments, and the maps everybody's loving, not whatever $20 operator bundle dropped this week. Hopefully this year's game remembers what made so many of us fall in love with Call of Duty in the first place, and why we're still here playing it, for me at least, 18 years on. This is a bit of a different video for me, at least, and it's more just me sort of just talking about my experience with Call of Duty, especially from back in the day. But, yeah, it's completely different. And if you have been around this long, it's looking like it's about a 9-minute video. Just comment down below the word pumpkin, just so I know you were here. You know, I'm really happy with the way the channel is progressing at the minute, and I'm really enjoying making content. And I feel like this is just a bit more of a laid-back sort of conversation, or a one-way conversation. If you guys have any sort of thoughts or anything like that you want to say down in the comments, please do go down there. I like to reply to every single comment. But yeah, it's been your boy Big Thumper, and I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye.